Hey everybody, Lake's Region Aquariums here today. Today we're going to be doing water change. I'm going to be showing you how to start a siphon, which I thought was the hardest thing ever in the whole world back when I first started doing fish tanks. But when you get it down, it's kind of like riding a bike. You're never going to forget it. So what you're going to need for this operation is going to be a bucket, a siphon of any kind. There's so many different types of siphons out there. Siphons can be many things. It could literally just be a tube like this, but you want to be careful with those because you could suck up your fish, which is no fun. But what I'm going to be showing you is how to use this guy right here, which you can pretty much find in any aquarium store or pet store. So there's a couple ways to start the siphon. Oh yeah, and you're also going to want some towels because you don't want to get the floor all wet and stuff like that. I'm a bucket guy, and I don't have a python, or I do have a python I think somewhere, but I just don't use it. I'm a bucket guy. I always use buckets. It's my only method of working out and getting exercise, so I'm always going to be using buckets. Maybe someday I'll try the siphon again, but for now it's just going to be the buckets. I'm going to keep it very simple for you guys today. So what you do is with this attachment right here, this little clip on the side, you're going to clip that right inside your bucket like that. Ooh, don't want to do that. Just like that. So basically what that's going to do is it's going to secure your little siphon end, so all the water is going to be going right into your bucket right there. So there's no way it's going to spill out on the floor. So always double check that before you get going. Make sure this guy's secure. I forgot to show you that these little clamps right here actually allow you to adjust your flow. So sometimes you're getting too much water through. You can fix that, slow it down by just pinching these guys a little bit. Don't pinch it too much or you're not going to get any flow at all. But pretty neat device. I mean, super cool. I've been using this probably since 2010 and it's still going strong. So super nice, durable piece of plastic. You're going to open up your aquarium lid. You're gonna watch out for some of your fish. Just stick the end in there. Now there's a couple different ways, like I said, to start the siphon up. So one of the more tricky ways and more acquired talent ways, I guess you could say, that it took me forever, is the gravity way. So what you do is you turn your siphon upside down like this. And you're gonna lift it up. Sometimes it takes a couple tries with. There we go. So what I just did there is I lifted it up and upside down and let the water kind of go down when you bring it out of the water. And then what that does is it creates a little vacuum when you go back into the water with it. And that's going to start sucking up, water. It's going to create like a vacuum pull. So that's the kind of harder to start way, if you will. But once you get it going and you got your siphon going, you're pulling water out. Super fun, super easy. Now the other way to start the siphon is the risky method. So with this, you want to pull the clamp off and you're going to actually suck from the other end. And it's all about timing. I mean, I've done it. Everyone else has probably done it. But you get a mouthful of water, you get so much water in your lungs or your stomach, it's gross. But just be super careful. It's all about timing. Watch the water go down the line and just watch what I'm about to do. It's pretty easy. You just watch that water line before it gets to your mouth, and then you have that siphon started. Kind of easier than the first method, but both of them work, both of them are efficient, and then once you get the siphon going, you're able to start going down and vacuuming. Kind of bend the tube right here to stop the siphon. It's like a little pause button. If you're a video gamer, it's like your pause button. So what that does is it prevents rocks and stuff like that. If you have a pretty powerful siphon, or if your siphon is going just a little too strong, then definitely just pinch the tube a little bit, let them fall back down. Same thing goes if you need to like hop sides of your aquarium because you got that bar right there and you can't move your arm all the way over. Just do this little pause button, you can lift it right out like that, and once you put it back in, oof, resume. So basically, why you do water changes is you have the whole nitrogen cycle going on in your aquarium, with your fish producing waste and all that. You're going to be getting like ammonia, nitrate, nitrites, all those different levels you learned about forever ago probably. So what you do with a water change is you remove those levels. That's the only way you can really get those levels out of there, is by doing a little water change. We definitely recommend like a 20% water change every single week. That's what I do in all my aquariums, and it's good. I mean, I never have any issues. If you see a lot of algae in your aquarium, you probably have an excess amount of nitrates in there, so heavier water changes kind of get rid of that algae for you before you start using chemicals and stuff like that. But yeah, water changes are just always a really good thing to do, so definitely care for your fish tanks by doing water changes about once a week, every other week. Planted aquariums kind of give you a little more wiggle room, but I still do a 20% water change in this tank every single week. So basically, once you finish your water change, you get your desired level down and all that, you just go to your sink, fill up your bucket with some water. Don't make sure it's not too heavy if you got to go down some stairs and stuff like that. But basically what you're going to do is get your bucket going, put your dechlorinators or whatever in there, plant fertilizer if you're using a planted tank, and that's what you do, and then you just kind of top off your aquarium with that water, and make sure it's kind of relatively the same temperature too, because you don't want to put fish into shock unless you're trying to breed tetras or something like that. They like that colder water and stuff like that, so I would just be careful that it's not a drastic temperature change. But other than that, that's pretty much all there is to do with water changes. They're pretty easy once you get them going. So sometimes it can be a little bit of fun. Sometimes it's tedious, but once you're past that tedious phase, I mean, it becomes a pretty cool part of the hobby, in my opinion. Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you guys have a good one.